Blood of My Blood Episode 5 is about to change everything we thought we knew about this Outlander prequel. Trailer teases heartbreak, betrayal, forbidden love, and a wedding that is destined to end in chaos. And let me tell you, if you thought Episode 4 was emotional, you haven't seen anything yet. Episode 5 is the turning point of the season where alliances are formed in secret, relationships are pushed to their breaking point, and two lovers come closer than ever, only to be ripped apart once again. From Ellen's impossible choice between duty and passion to Julia's heartbreaking reality as she is torn between her past with Henry and her survival in this dangerous new world. Episode 5 is setting us up for one of the most dramatic storylines we have ever seen. So, let's break down everything the trailer has revealed and what it really means for Ellen, Julia, Henry, and Brian moving forward. The trailer for Blood of My Blood. Episode 5 opens with a tone of urgency and inevitability, reminding us that Ellen's wedding is finally here. But make no mistake, this is not a wedding filled with joy and celebration. No, this is a wedding that has been forced upon Ellen, one that carries the weight of her family's survival on her shoulders while at the same time threatening to destroy her heart forever. And the most thrilling part is that she is not alone in this battle anymore. Julia, who has already proven herself to be one of the bravest and most tragic characters in the series, steps in once again to help Ellen take control of her fate. The two women, who were strangers just an episode ago, now find themselves bound together by circumstance, secrets, and the simple yet powerful understanding that they are stronger together than apart. Their alliance is the kind of partnership that Outlander fans have always loved. Two women navigating a world ruled by men, using their intelligence, courage, and their ability to quietly strategize while everyone else underestimates them. But this is also where the real tension begins, because the trailer makes it clear that Ellen and Julia's plan will not go smoothly. In fact, we already know from the way Outlander has always been written that no love story can exist without tragedy, and no happy ending comes without sacrifice. Ellen, still being pushed toward marrying Malcolm Grant, is running out of time. Her brothers, Colum and Dual, remain unyielding in their demands, reminding her that their clan's survival depends on her decision, and this adds an unbearable amount of pressure to her every move. You can almost feel the walls closing in on Ellen, who knows that saying yes to Malcolm will mean giving up on her true love for Brian forever, and yet saying no might put her entire family at risk, creating enemies who could destroy everything she has ever known. It's this impossible choice that makes Ellen's story so compelling, because while we root for her and Brian, we cannot ignore the stakes that come with defying her clan. Meanwhile, Julia finds herself caught in a different but equally heartbreaking situation. The trailer shows glimpses of her trying to navigate her new reality at Castle Leathers, where Lord Lovevet continues to see her as his possession. She is forced to play her part carefully, knowing that one wrong step could put her unborn child in danger. And yet, even as she smiles through the pain, her heart remains tied to Henry. What makes this even more heartbreaking is that Henry is closer than ever, attending the very same wedding where Julia is meant to act as nothing more than a mistress to a powerful man. Imagine the devastation Henry must feel, seeing the woman he has searched for endlessly, standing right in front of him, but in the arms of someone else. The trailer teases this cruel twist. And, if you ask me, this is where the show is at its best, when it forces us to feel the weight of impossible situations, when love and survival collide in harshest way possible. And speaking of Henry, the trailer gives us brief but powerful moments that hint at his inner struggle. He is a man torn between loyalty to Clan Grant, who still expects him to enforce their harsh rule over tenants, and his devotion to Julia, who represents everything pure and hopeful in his otherwise war-torn life. Henry is trying to find a balance, but the truth is the world around him does not allow for balance. The fact that he is about to come face to face with Julia in episode 5 is a moment fans have been waiting for. But don't expect it to be a joyful reunion. No, this is Outlander. And reunions are always bittersweet, always shadowed by the reality that love does not come easy in this world. Their eye contact alone, as teased in the trailer, is enough to send chills down your spine because it carries the weight of everything they've lost, everything they still hope for, and everything that stands in their way. Then there is Brian, who might just be the most underrated character in this entire prequel so far. The trailer suggests that his role in episode 5 will be absolutely crucial. We know that Brian and Ellen are deeply in love, and we also know that he is willing to risk everything to be with her. But let's not forget Brian is still a man living under the shadow of being a bastard, constantly reminded that he has little to offer beyond his heart. This makes his love for Ellen even more desperate and sincere because he is not just fighting for her. He is fighting to prove that he is worthy of her. And when we see him at Beltaine trying to pull off an impossible plan to steal Ellen away from her forced marriage, we already know it's not going to go smoothly. The tension of watching him try, knowing the risks, is exactly the kind of suspense that will keep us glued to the screen. Finally, what makes this trailer so thrilling is the way it ties all these storylines together into one explosive event: the wedding at Beltaine. Weddings in Outlander have never been simple affairs, and this one is no different. It is a collision point where Ellen, Julia, Henry, Brian, and the Grants all gather under one roof, each carrying their own secrets, desires, and plans. And when secrets collide with public vows, you can bet disaster is inevitable. The trailer is smart enough not to give away too much, but the glimpses we do get are enough to make it clear that nothing will ever be the same after this episode. Love will be tested, families will be divided, and the fragile alliances that hold these characters together will be shaken to their core. And that's just the first layer of what episode 5 has in store. The trailer might only be a few seconds long, but it's packed with hidden details, emotional beats, and hints at betrayals that will shape the rest of the season. It leaves us asking the question Outlander has always thrived on: how far are you willing to go for love? And what are you willing to sacrifice for family? Episode 5 promises to give us answers, but not before breaking our hearts all over again. When we look deeper into the Blood of My Blood episode 5 trailer, one of the strongest themes that stands out is secrecy. Nearly every character is hiding something, whether it's Ellen disguising her love for Brian under the weight of family expectations, Julia quietly scheming behind Lord Lovette's back, or Henry suppressing his emotions as he searches for his wife in the most dangerous of places. This constant presence of hidden truths is what gives the upcoming episode its edge, because we know that secrets can only stay buried for so long. The trailer teases moments where whispers in dark corridors, stolen glances across crowded halls, and secret promises exchanged under the cover of night all collide into something explosive at Beltaine. And the brilliance of this writing is that it doesn't just set up one reveal, it sets up multiple reveals happening all at once, creating the perfect storm where no one leaves unscathed. For Ellen, the secrecy is unbearable. Episode 4 already gave us a glimpse of her despair when she confided in Julia that her marriage to Malcolm Grant would mean losing everything she truly wanted. In episode 5, the trailer suggests this conflict is going to boil over. You can feel her desperation in every frame. The way her eyes dart nervously, the way her body language shifts between resignation and rebellion. It's the classic Outlander setup: a woman forced into an impossible role by her family's demands, yet determined to fight for her own destiny. And the most powerful part is that Ellen is no longer alone in this struggle. Julia has become her confidant, her secret ally, and Together, they form a bond that feels as unbreakable as it is dangerous. When women in Outlander come together, the story always rises to its most emotional and powerful heights. And this alliance between Ellen and Julia feels like the emotional heartbeat of the prequel so far. But of course, secrecy doesn't come without risk.